What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Rascal Reacts, where you ask for my 2 cents and I'll give you a nickel. So, Lil Toro, this is gonna be like an all-in-one reaction, right? So, he was involved in an incident in a hotel room. I'm gonna show you a clip of that, courtesy of Kimos Flix, right? Shout out Kimos Flix, one of my favorite channels on YouTube. And then an individual breaking the cycle by Slug, kind of a smaller channel. He had done a reaction to the incident in the hotel and then consequently scooped an interview with the young man that was on the receiving end of Lil Toro's wrath, shall we say, right? And so I'm gonna play a little bit of that conversation. I encourage you guys to go and check it out. I will link to it, all the good stuff. And then there was a live that Lil Toro had done since then, which I watched, and I'm not gonna play any of that, but I'll give you kind of the footnotes of what he was talking about. He did make reference to the incident. He was sitting in a tent. I'm sure that's still up on his channel. You can go find it, and then we'll go from there. So a quick little backstory, right? Lil Toro's a rapper, and I wasn't really aware of him, to be honest, until YouTube a few years ago, right? But apparently he was popping like 2010, somewhere around there. I was in my mid 30s and getting off parole and just really wasn't listening to his type of music. But by all accounts, he's a very talented rapper, right? And I heard about him because of controversy, right? So he was claiming to be a northerner. Then pictures surfaced of him kicking it with writers. That's you're not allowed to do that for sure. And then also some allegations about things between him and an underage female back in the days. Did he do it? Did he not do it? He's not on Megan's Law, but there's articles and I don't know where the truth is in that stuff and where it's not. I really don't care. To me, if there's even a question mark regarding that type of behavior, and especially if I don't know you, right, then that's enough for me to kind of back up. And folks have been asking me for months now to react to his content, right? He's popped back up on YouTube kind of recently and all over the map, man. The dude was in Mexico. He grew a Mongolian all of a sudden. One minute he's active, the next minute he's not. The next minute the government is beating him up because he doesn't, they don't want him to be a rapper. And he's all over the map, folks. All over the map. Clearly has some mental health issues. And I just haven't reacted to him because I haven't wanted to bring that kind of attention his way, so I haven't wanted to talk about him. But this is kind of a thing, man. And so let's get into it. I think what I'm going to do is before I play this clip of the incident, I want to play a little bit of this conversation. Like I said, this is Breaking the Cycle by Slug. I'll link to the video in the description. But I want to play a little bit of this because I think once you hear this young man, he goes by the name of Knowledge, then watching the video hits a little different. So let's get into it.
Hell yeah. How you got to meet Lil Toro? How you came across Lil Toro? What's up? What's the story behind it?
Well, ever since I was like 12 and 13, I always known about his music. But I had a friend, and his dad was cool with Toro.
The dad is
when
Big
I was
Chongo.
15, that's the first time I met Toro. I was at his house playing video games. And I'm like, oh shit, it's Lil Toro, the rapper, bro. Like, you feel me? Oh my god, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was hella excited and hella happy. I thought, the dude was cool. I really looked up to him as far as
really looked up to him as far as the music goes. So of course, a lot of the viewers of my channel are closer to my age, right? I'm 47, and so that kind of reaction seems juvenile, right? Like I wouldn't expect a lot of people my age to react that way to seeing a rapper. But keep in mind when you were young, and you come across a celebrity, and don't get it twisted. Some of these rappers are celebrities to populations of people, and when we're young, we're fans of whoever we're fans of, and so I respect his honesty, man, because I can picture that. right? I can picture that. It not necessarily as it relates to Lil Toro in terms of me, but yeah, bro. If I'm a teenager and all of a sudden I walk in a store and there's E40 kicking it, I'm gonna be like, oh man, it's So anyway, let's fast forward a little bit.
As soon as I seen him walking, I was like, oh, is that him? So I hurried up and I turned around. I was like, oh, he said, yeah, it's me. I'm homeless right now and I need some money, so and so and so. I pulled out $20.
So
I
this
gave it
recent.
to him. I said, here's my number. If you need a ride or anything, call me. I got you. He called me later on. I got him some food and I gave him a ride to where he had to go. And then from there, I was giving him rides and stuff. The day before the incident, I took him to his campsite with his family and I took his family to the hotel room. And then the next day, he was like, oh, I want to work out and I want to write music and I need a ride to the studio. Do you think you could come over to help me with that?
Yeah.
Feel me? I said, oh, yeah, of course, but it's good. Just give me some time. So I went over there. And that's how I was there. That's why I was there.
So again, this is a young man who ran across Toro when he was, younger, was a fan of his. It's interesting because the guy that he talks about, where he says, "Oh, my friend's dad did music with Toro," right? That's the Chongo Lokes or Big Chongo or whatever. That if you watch the whole video of the interaction at the hotel, Toro makes reference to him, right? F him too if he's the one that sent you and all this other, JCash shit. So that's where that comes from. I'm gonna play one more quick little clip and then we'll get to the incident itself, and I'll let you guys know what what this guy's saying now.
Live, I'm texting my girlfriend on my phone, and I sit down, and he says something like, "Oh, what did I tell you about your phone?"
Yeah.
And he slapped my phone out of my hand, and that's when I was like, "Bro, what's going on?" I didn't know. To be honest, I was just shocked. I didn't really process exactly what was going on. Because I was just so happy to be around the dude. I thought he was a rapper. I thought this, I thought that, but it wasn't really like that. And he showed me that. And all I wanted was to just get my stuff and to get out. But he kept saying like, oh, he's doing this witchcraft kind of stuff or 5G coming from his phone shit. Or somebody be over there type stuff. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't know.
So you don't know.
So this is Breaking the Cycle by Slug, right? Here's his channel. Go check it out. I thought I was subscribed. I'm subscribed on this other channel. But anyways, go check him out, right? He's got a bunch of content. Best as I can tell, he was an upstate Southsider in the Valley, right? The 559 area. Wound up catching a case and ended up deported. So he's down in Mex now and a growing channel, right? And so, if you're into the prison content stuff, man, go check him out. Let's get into this incident right here. I'm gonna keep it on mute because of the language. If you've seen any of Toro's videos, you hear how he talks, and I just don't want to go through all that. Again, shout out Kimos Flix for for posting this. So he's on live. Here comes Young Knowledge. Look how happy the dude is, man. Right? He cool. He's like, what the hell? And that's so. And what's being talked about, right? What Toro's saying is in between all the bleep words and everything else is what I tell you about being on your phone and just bullying the dude, flat out bullying him, right? And you get no points for that, right? It's just an ugly look, man. This is a kid that was doing more for Toro than probably a lot of other people were, right? And going out of his way for this guy because he recognized him as being kind of an icon of his youth, right? And so, oh man, let me, step up and get to kick it with this dude, help him get it back on his feet. He said in the interview, I didn't feel like what was happening to him was fair, right? Toro's on his channel all the time, bitching and complaining about how, he's the victim of this and life ain't fair and all this other stuff. And And then he winds up going on his a racist tirade, right? And quoting Charleston White and just fouling out of pocket. And according to the youngster in the interview he did on Breaking the Cycle by Slug, he, as far as he knew, Toro wasn't on dope or nothing else. Toro didn't even smoke weed with him. They'd had a couple beers. There's a reference to a tequila bottle in this clip, right? If you watch the whole thing. So what is Toro saying now? Right? Let me wrap this video up. So Toro goes live from his tent. And he's got his little blanket, and oh my God, it's all windy out here. Wham, 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 right? And I don't say that because I'm mocking him being homeless. I've been homeless before. I've been sleeping in my car before, and the struggle is real. But if this is what you're gonna do to people that are looking out for you, then you got that coming and then some, and so he says, hey, I got no animosity against this kid. He should have just listened. He should have listened to me. I told him not to be on his phone. I told him this, and he should have just listened. And people were in the comments letting him know, hey man, the youngster gave an interview, and he's like, oh, he's probably complaining. He's gonna try to bubble up and get some fame off of this. Then he switches gears and says, hey man, it was all a skit. It was actually all a skit just to get views. How do you know anything even happened at all? It's some WWE shit. He had gone live earlier. Toro had gone live previously talking about he was going to be doing an interview on another channel, right, on a big platform. I don't know that that's going to happen or not, because also in his live, he was saying F that guy. So I don't know. We'll see. I highly doubt that I will react to that interview. I don't enjoy making content about this guy, but I did feel like this was worthy of attention. For one, I want to kind of shed a light on the Breaking the Cycle by Slugs. Again, I don't really know anything about the guy. I haven't seen a lot of his content, but he's trying to break ground in this arena, and so why not? He got the scoop on the interview, and so I wanted to highlight him for that. And just to show you, man, for this Toro cast been getting a lot of attention lately, and he's been getting a lot of views and people watching, and he's got a hell of a sob story, right? And I got deported out of Mexico, which is ridiculous. And my wife left me, and nobody likes me, everybody hates me, I think I'll eat a worm, just childish stuff. And teach their own. People are going to support who they want to, support. You're going to watch videos, you're going to cash out people, you're going to do all that. Just know who you're looking out for when you look out for them, right? And so that's why I'm putting this out there. Just, you want to support the dude, support him. That's your business, that's your time, that's your money. But this is what you're supporting, and I think it's important. So anyways, man, you asked for my 2 cents. I give you a nickel. These are my thoughts on the Toro fiasco of the weekend. In closing, man, I appreciate you guys for all the DMs and the prayers and the messages and phone calls. And I know I got some catching up to do. I'm doing my best, but the surgery went well. Almost 2 weeks out. I got an appointment later on this week, and it's moving forward, man. That's what we do. So stay tuned here. I got a cool little video going on the homie hangout later on this afternoon about September 16th. And so go check that out, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Appreciate you.